Let me share my screen to you again. Are you able to visible my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. First all are joining, then we can start now. Yeah. So guys, you can see here, I'm writing a new column here. So select this as service period. We can write it here have four conditions. So first condition is 0 to 10. Okay. Suppose 10 up to 10 year of experience. I'm writing here up to 10 year for experience fall under 0 to 10 years. Second condition is from 11 to 20 years. So you can fall under this 11 to 20. Last third one is from 21 to 30. Fall under 21 to 30 year of experience. And the last one is above 30. Above 30 means you can fall under more than 30 year of experience. This way is your condition of four types. So you can write it here.
Double slash you are putting just for
Comment purpose.
remark point.
Yeah, just for comment purpose, right? So here, if condition. If condition means you have to put the logical text, which is year at company. So you can select the same column, year at company is greater than 30. Then we need answer as about 30 years. And now go to again next condition. If uh, years at company greater than 20, then we need answer is 21 to 30 years. That third condition. If company at year, okay, year at company greater than 10, then it fall under 11 to 20 year of experience. And the last condition you can write it as false, which is
आपका ये wall types जो होता है छोटा, हाँ, अच्छा अब wall types नहीं
0 to 10 years. Okay. First bracket close, second bracket close, third bracket close from one by one, and just enter. So you can see in the right hand side you have column working on it. It's a service period group wise data. Like total we have four group 0 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, and about 30. So those who are knowledge of Excel, first I am going to ask you question from them. This function is correct or not? As compared as per Excel, this function is same or something is different? Different. So what is the different?
Because more than 20, it can be 30 also.
Right. But here in Power BI, this function is correct because any idea why? Because in Excel you have to write a is equal to, greater than, less than, or equal to, like this. Okay, but here you don't have to write this because see how we can use in Power BI. Let me write a comment here. Start the condition from highest to lowest. Highest to lowest. Okay. So what is the impact, guys? See, first condition we have right. If year at company column is greater than 30, then answer will be above 30 years. Okay. Suppose first Power BI write only the first query, write only the first condition. They go for all the rows, all the 1470 rows, find out in which column, in which row you have a more than 31 value. If the row has 31 value, they can put it the right hand side as above 30 years. Okay, now first when they run the first query or first condition, they disable the first condition and they disable the rows of the first condition as well. As suppose if I clicking on here the last, click here, and if I select only about 30 years, so you can see how many column you have. About 30 year you have only 16 filter row. Okay, 16. So first Power BI write the 16 row about 30, about 30, about 30, and then disable this row from the next calculation, from the next condition. Then they go to about 20 condition and fall under 1454 rows only, not 1470. They go for, they select for only 1454 rows and then they write it 21 to 30. Then after that, how many rows is remaining? Then only one by one they condition follow. That is why we written here condition you have to write from highest to lowest. Okay, so this is why, yeah, so that is why Power BI is working as compared to Excel. Excel you have to write a less than or greater than, but here you have to just write a greater than. Automatically condition is working. Clear? All one?
Yes.
Any doubt? Anyone? You can ask me now, because guys, this if condition is very important. You have to write it almost every project. Almost every project, everywhere you have to work on if condition. But you have to just return the condition into your mind and then start from highest to lowest. That's it. If you start from highest to lowest, it will automatically work. But if you start with lowest to highest, it will not work correctly. It will take some error. It will give you the answer, but this answer will not a correct answer. Okay, so on this basis of, you can see, click on this visualization and select here service period group on the x-axis. So you can see you have all the data of group wise 0 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, and about 30. Okay, so this is also service period analysis. Clear this one to all of you? Now,
First, one more query. In
Mhm.
the first chart,
Okay,
I have seen somewhere like top 10 or top 15, something like that.
where?
In this, yes.
Mhm.
Here, I mean, is the how people bring top 10? So only top 10 or top or bottom 10,
Okay,
something like
top
that.
10 year, top 10 year. You want top 10 year of experience, or top 10 on the basis of employee, right? So how to working? Just click on this, copy, and just paste it here. Select this little small 10, okay, like this. And now you have to use this filter option. Under this filter option, you can use, go to this filter, select this pane. Yeah, select this pane and you can see you have service period and you have total employee. Select this one, total employee is less than. Select this service period is basic filtering. Select this and you have top n function. Select this top n function. Suppose you need top 10 year of experience, top 10, but on the basis of employee. And here you can just cancel this option. Select this measure automatically in by value. Suppose you need service period top 10 on the basis of employee. So just click on this apply filter. So you can see you have top 10 year of experience. Okay, so 5 year of experience is the highest number of employee. 1 year of experience, highest number of employee. 3 years, like this you have only top 10, 1, 2, 3. If you move down, only top 10 year of experience. Clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how to write this condition with DAX function, I will tell you later. Right now you can just do with your click and this exercise. And how to do with the DAX calculation, that in the DAX also, but little advanced, we can do tomorrow. How to use top 10 or top bottom 10, we can write it. Okay, so now top 10 from your just click an option. So if you click and if you need suppose top 5, Just click on top 5 and enter. So this one is top 5 year of experience, 5 year, 1 year, 3 year, 2 year, and 10 year. You have top 10 year of experience on the basis of employee. If you need on the basis of employee percentage, so you can drag here employee percentage by value. If you need on the basis of female, you can track in female, you can track diversity, you can track average daily wage rate. You can tell condition will be given in your hand, but top 10 or bottom 10 you can use here. Suppose if you want bottom 10, so here if you click on this top 10, okay, here you have item is bottom. So if you click on this bottom, it means starting from bottom. Click on this apply filter. So this is your bottom 5. Okay, bottom 5 value. You can see 111. See, this 111 will count as 1. That is a limitation of this function. All the 111 value will be count as 1, and second, third, fourth, and fifth. Clear?
Understood.
This is the option, but this is the limitation of this function. But if you're using by a DEX function, this will count as directly from the percentage basis. So right now I am just remove this one. I will tell you in later class how we'll perform the top 10 or bottom 10 from the DEX function. It is very easy, nothing hard, but little advanced, so I think you cannot understand completely. So now if I go back, so this is your survey pay analysis. Same way, just copy this one and paste. So now you have to analyze this via job level group wise, because we have already prepared the job level. So you have job level, job group, this one. Okay, select this into service. So you can see here job level 1 you have 543, 534 level this. You can only change the heading, which is job group analysis. Click on this title option. Job group analysis. And one more important question in my mind. Click this table first. Under this you have promotion status or promotion group. You have all the things. Suppose if I click on this promotion group, not group, I want to prepare as promotion status. Okay, so this is promotion status. Unselect this value first. Click on down, total employee, select here. So you can see here you have promotion status by employee. That not due, it means this employee having less than equal to or less than 10 years of experience, which is 4014. So how to calculate only this value? Any idea? I think yesterday I told you how to calculate a particular specific value in a card chart. Same way, guys.
With the calculation.
Right, calculation and filter function. Okay. So if I click on this format, select here. Here we have total option. Switch on off this total. I don't know. So this is your tabular presentation of something. Suppose if I want only promotion status like promotion due person. So just a very simple, click on this any measure here like male employee. I'm counting as male employee. Control A, Control C, and just create a new measure here. Here you can write as promotion due employee, total employee. So this filter I'm going to hide because this is just a comment and I'm writing a new function which is called as filter table. Table means HR data table, and under this you have to select the promotion group promotion status, this one. And now you have to go to select the promotion due. And spelling should be matched for always. And just click on this enter option. So this value will give you promotion due employee. Promotion due. This one is the example. Select here. Card chart. 66. You can see the answer is 66 you have. So like this way you have a homework for this, guys. You have to find out not due. You have to find out percentage of not due and percentage of promotion due. So you can work on it and submit this file to me. Clear? So this is promotion due activity is done. Now on this basis of you have prepared the three more measure and then prepare the card chart in the second page, not in this page, in the second page. So another one, click on this table. You have to just analyze via table understanding, just a simple. So click on this table, go to down. So service period, promotion status, promotion group, and service period. Year in current role. Yeah. So now guys, we are done with some any other activity. Why little small? Okay. Year of experience, right? If I select this, select all. Okay. Now you have to write one condition, years in current role. Suppose if any employee having the same profile experience is more than 15 years, okay, more than 15 years, it means the person are looking for a change, which is called under retrenchment. If the employee having a less than 15 year of experience or less than or equal to 50 year of experience, then they are on current service, on service. So we have to write a condition that how many employees are looking for a job. On that basis, we are going to deal with another management department to maintaining for that. So click on this year at current role option and you can see 0 to 18 year of total experience. Suppose if any employee having more than 15 year of experience in the same current role and they are not promoted, they are not yet promoted, it means they are looking for a job change. Okay, so it means greater than 15, 16, 17, 18. So these these 3 years of experience person are looking for a job change. It means fall under the retrenchment and above till 15 on service. So we have to write a condition here, new column. It is a complete dynamic, so you can change any condition at any time, but how to use this is a very simple, which is a if condition. Okay, so here working group, okay, and I'm writing here if directly logical text means year in current role, year in current role. So you can tell what condition I can write, 10 or 15. Suppose if I write if year has greater than 15 year of experience, then employee are looking for retrenchment. Okay, if they have less than 15, then they have on service. Just click on this OK option. So this is your working group. So now go to your main page, select anyone, like click on this copy option and now paste it. This time, if you want this time pie chart, yeah, this one pie chart you can use, and instead of service period group you can write it here working group. Just selecting. So you have on service and retrenchment more than 50, just 1k and 0k. Okay, it means I need to change the value because it is very slow. So more than suppose 10 years of experience. and just click on this OK, because we need some data. Okay, so that's why looking some graph presentation. So you can see now it is changed. So click on this chart, formatting, data color. You can see on service you have any other color. And on retachment, just select this, go to this title. So here you can use written a title of so company can deal with this person who are looking for a job change. Okay, suppose if you need the data on the employee name who are looking for a job change. So how to create the data? First, click on this table presentation, right click, duplicate page. Why I'm going to duplicate? Because all the formatting I don't want to be again and again. So just click on this, delete. Here this one is okay. Select the tabular presentation here. Now it's little bigger. Okay, and on the basis of if I want first one, select one by one, like employee number. So change this service period, total count here, total employees. Okay, so you can see here employee number, which is a summation of employee. So this is implicit measure. That is why we are using sum here. So I need just a count. So it will give me the not count. Click on this. Click on don't summarize. I don't want as a sumwise count, so it is called as one by one function. Total employee. So now you have employee name, which we already merged. Employee name. You can see this is the employee name, and you need retrenchment like group wise. Select this table. Click on this table again. Matrix table. So you have employee number. This is employee name. Okay. And column you need working day in the column retrenchment. Total employee. Let me go to this. Select this. Go. Working group on service and retrenchment. So you can see these all are the number of employee 1. This is are the retrenchment people. Click on this filter. Working group on service. Click this filter here. Working group. I want only retrenchment. Select this. Employee value. So you can see these are the employee 78 employee who want looking for a retrenchment from the company. So these all are the retrenchment employee. Suppose if you need on the so you are working on this person like one by one, how the person are looking for some promotion activity or some other activity. So that is why company deal with this kind of data. Okay, so you have another question, guys. You have another homework like 3 function you have to calculate as per due, not due, and 4 more retrenchment, service, percentage of service, and percentage of retrenchment. So total of 7 measure you have to calculate into your exam, into your this workbook, this worksheet. I will send it to you. Just a minute. I'm writing here. 7 measure. Okay, so 3 for promotion status, and 4 for working hours. Total of 7 measure you have to create on the same example, on the same table. Clear, or any other doubt, guys, you have? You can ask me.
No, this 7 measure I could not understand. This is homework or what? I mean,
No, this is you can prepare and you can submit to file with me, so that I can check na if you create a new correct visual correct function or not. These 7 measure you have to create, like this one, promotion due employee. So I need not due number, I need not due as a percentage, I need promotion due as a percentage, like this way. Female percent, male percent, promotion due, male employee, female employee, like this I want answer. Clear?
okay.
Yeah. So this 7 measure you have to create and then submit the file with me. This file I can send it to you. So on this file you have to make the preparation. Okay. But guys, one more thing. If I send it to this file to you and if you refresh, you will get an error. Why? Any idea? If I send it to this file to you and you will
Because
get an
source
error.
file is with you. Source
Right.
file is with you.
Source file is with me. So you have to change. If you don't,
জীবনে এখন শেষ হয়নি এটা?
sorry.
না।
So you have,
আচ্ছা, 5
so you have to change the source setting. How to change the source setting? Click on this transform. Okay. Select the file. This is the main file. Click on this source option. You can select this heading. When you select, the new window is open and you can change the source setting from your folder only. If you select this your folder and click on OK, then after that if you refresh, you will not get any error. Clear? But raw
No,
data
say again, because if I
Mhm.
receive this file,
Okay,
I have
suppose
to.
if I receive this file, click on the transform option, this window will open. So click on the first step, which is the source step. Under this, you have this setting option. Click on this setting. And the new window is open. Okay, the new window is open. So here is a file path. Right now, the file path is my system. So you can change this file path by clicking on this browse and select the file from your system only. Suppose if I select my another file with same system, click on this open. Okay. And after that, if I refresh all, it is not getting any error. Okay. So same way you can do with any of the file.
Any dummy file I can put.
Yeah, any dummy file. But not any dummy file, guys. You have to put the same database file, which I am using in this Power BI. I have already sent you the Excel file.
Okay,
CSV
okay,
file, I
okay.
am already sent it to you this file. So you can directly save into your particular folder and change the path of that folder only. If I send it to this file, if you are working with
Okay.
your own, so you can work with your own with your new file. Okay. I suggest you to working your file, not in my file, because my file is just for your knowledge purpose. I have to change, because if you're working with your file, then it will be an understanding that where you getting the error or where you getting any doubt. Okay. Any other question? Otherwise, we can continue tomorrow.
Harsh, I have just 2 questions.
Okay.
See, we selected a filter to
Mhm.
show top 5 employees or
Okay.
top 10.
Mhm.
So can't we achieve same thing using slicer?
Slicer, you can do. See, let me
Okay.
check. Suppose this is the slicer, you can put it here. Suppose, okay, and click on this HR data, and you have, suppose, employee name. Okay, select this employee name. So this is all the employee name. Now go to this filter, employee name, basic filter, top, and suppose you need top 20 employee on the basis of key measure on the basis of total employee. sorry, total employee by adding this value under this. And if you click on this apply, so you can see under this visualization, you have only 20.
Okay.
Like this note. See, sometime it is not working. It will show you the error. You can see.
Okay. So
it
which
is
option would you suggest in
See,
such
the-
condition?
for top 10 or for top 20, we can use always a DAX function. I will tell you tomorrow that how to
Okay.
use a
Okay.
DAX function. Okay, because DAX
Okay.
function
Sure.
is complete dynamic. So suppose after that, if you change top 20, top 50, you can just change top 20. Instead of 20, you can write it just 50. So you can change.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
let you tomorrow. Mhm.
Sure. Sure. No worry. But normally, what is the difference between filter and slicer?
Filter and slicer. See,
Yes.
filter is just using for your suppose if you suppose on this basis of suppose if I prepare this basis report on the basis of employee, so you can use filter on the basis of employee name, and you have all the data one by one employee. Suppose if you are working on a basis of sales chart, sales data for all over the world, sales data for all over the world, then you have to use a slicer on the basis of total of all the countries, and filter on the basis of suppose one country. Okay, slicer on the basis of above word like India, Japan, US, China, like this. So India slicer you can open, and under the India you have to use the filter like total of 22 states. Suppose if you want under India only Delhi data, so you can select filter option.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So like this way you can use slicer or filter mostly.
Okay. I mean, combination of slicer and filter.
Yeah, right. Combination slicer if you as per the presentation only. Okay. Suppose if you have complete year, lot of year of data, like 2010
Right.
to 2020. So 10 years of data, but in this 10 years you have lot of month, Jan to December, and lot of quarter, lot of year, lot of month. Like this way you can work.
Harsh, you can tell like this, right? Slicer at runtime we can change the value, and filter we can it will be static. Once we filter, only that particular data will be filtered.
Yeah,
Is
right.
it right?
Yeah, right. Same thing.
Slicer on fly. If you select something, then the data will be filtered in all the
As per the
uh,
selection, right?
yes, as per the selection. If you filter, right, it will be static. Only
Right,
that
right,
data will be shown.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
right.
Right. And okay. So just last question.
Mhm.
In another, when we created that new column, so we have option create or add new column and conditional column.
When we create a new column, add a conditional column. Yeah.
So what is the difference and which one is recommended? So
See,
last.
see, both are recommended because see, if you are adding this is just a way, guys, because in which way you are suitable. Conditional column is also okay. Add column is also okay. Okay, because in add column you have to write a function like DAX function, but in conditional column you just drag and drop your value because some person does not have knowledge of DAX. So without DAX they also prepare the report. Without DAX also they can report. Suppose if you have little bit knowledge, not the complete knowledge about the DAX, they have knowledge about some little DAX like count row, sum. If they have just 20% knowledge of DAX, then they can use some function with DAX and some with some stepwise function. Okay, like they can't use explicit measure, they use just implicit measure into your data. Okay, because they are just making report for once time only, and they want every time they task. Okay, but we want as per DAX knowledge, we don't want to prepare a same time with the next month or next after the next month. That is why we creating a multiple measure into this. You can see how many measure we have created till now. Only 10 to 12 measure we have created. Okay, and all the columns you can see here. This is the conditional column. We have created service period with the function. So we have created multiple measure.
So conditional column is implicit function?
Conditional column is implicit, yes. Because column is you can add the column into your data and it will increase your file size. Whether measured, it does not increase your file size as compared to the column. Okay, because measure is just for increase the like what I can say file memory only, but column can add your file size.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Then we will meet tomorrow again with the same